Nah, no, dang, negatory, monkey. Missed opportunity! Hi.
ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Playmates Monsterverse series, King Ghidorah 2019 from Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Up first, let's take a look at this box. We've got Monsterverse, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Coog, Ken, Battle Damage Reveal, Ultimate Titan, King Ghidorah, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Same on the other side, King Ghidorah, the Ultimate Titan on the opposite side. And on the back, we've got some promos of King Ghidorah that we've seen before all of this. Nothing too much going on the bottom side. And, yeah, blue stuff. Let's take a look at this figure now, huh? Enrapturing, isn't he? Hey, Kevin. Good boy. Anyway, paint and detail-wise, there's definitely going to be more of one than the other. And that means there's going to be more detail than paint because this guy is mostly a mustard brown. I guess a mustard yellow would probably be the better term to use here, but we do have quite a lot of truly lovely detail over here on King Ghidorah, from the tails to the legs to even the wings. The chest is rather nice, even though that battle damage part is really going to stick out. Honestly, fam, the detail everywhere on this thing is exquisite. What the hell, Playmates? But honestly, I think my favorite part about the figure overall is going to be the wings. They have such a subtle hint of detailing on the membranes, and when you get them under the right amount of light, you can even see some vein work going on in there.
Strong boy.
And there's even going to be very faint detailing over here on these parts of the wings as well. What in the actual goddamn of fuck, Playmates? This is awesome. And then we have King Ghidorah's back over here, yet again teeming with detail, scales, spikes, the whole 9 yards. Same could be said for these tails. Very, very nice stuff. I'm especially a big fan of these clubbed tails. They look really nice and dangerous. And I'm just now noticing that these have the classic King Ghidorah armored feathered look to them. Sick. How did it take so long for me to notice that? I don't know, it's the middle of the day. The sun is baking my brains right now.
We're having a good time, right?
And holy hell, wouldn't you know it, there's alternating detail on the bottoms of the tails. Nice. Oh, there's even going to be detail on the bottom of his wrinkly-ass feet, Playmates. And when we rip off his battle-damaged Swedish fish, it reveals some very minimal details with some red paint on it. Yeah. And now let's take a look at his goofy little heads. Very far from the best thing I've ever seen, but the details on these necks, these heads, it's actually quite great. You know, for a budgeted King Ghidorah figure, this definitely has a lot more than I was expecting. And you know what else? The paint ain't half bad either. I mean, it's not perfect, mind you. All things considered, I was expecting this to be way more of a mess than it actually turned out to be. I mean, homie over here definitely looks like he's been tongue flicking the yogurt box. That sounds a lot worse than I really intended it to, I'm sorry. But the other two fared pretty decently, for the most part-ish. The eyes are bright and vibrant, not painted the best, but hey, no pupils, so no wonk eye. Nice to say the exact same thing about each head over here, really. Even this guy over here with yogurt tongue got some good eyes going. I'm honestly kind of amazed. The one Playmates figure with the least amount of paint on it actually got some pretty decent paint apps. I mean, yeah, I'm not comparing the teeth paint to that of SH Monster Arts or anything like that, because that's one thing they did somewhat get right. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's okay. All I'm trying to say is, when it comes to Playmates, I wasn't expecting something so uniformly decent? Is that even a proper term? Anyways, as far as paint and detail goes, I'm gonna give King Ghidorah 2019 over here 2 solid stars. He doesn't have much, but what he does have is nice, but the details are truly sublime. One of the major points of this figure that I really need to praise. So again, good job, Playmates. But now, we have to discuss quite possibly the best part about this figure, the articulation. Alright, so let's start with the tails. The tails are on a ball joint. What? Up that far, down that far, side to side. Same thing for the other tail, no different. The legs can kick forward about that far, and then back about that far, not too far. This leg can kick a little bit higher, but not too much further back because of the wings. Nothing at the wings. They're pretty much solid pieces that are just attached to the inside of King Ghidorah's torso over here. The heads are all on ball joints. Yep. All on ball joints, and they can all rotate 360 degrees. Yeah, a King Ghidorah figure with neck articulation that exists and doesn't suck. Interesting. But you want to know what else? It doesn't stop there. What the fuck? King Ghidorah's heads are also on ball joints. They can look up that far, can look back down that far, not too far, and they can swivel all the way around. Playmates did what Bandai couldn't twice. Center head can swivel. I tried making him look up and down, but it's really not working out for him too well. And then there's Kevin. He can also swivel all the way around and look up about, same thing. He can't really look up or down too far, but very minimal. So on this King Ghidorah figure, which is cheaper than this Bandai Godzilla Store exclusive and the original Bandai Movie Monster Series 2019 KOTM Ghidorah, is articulated in both legs, both tails, all three necks, and all three heads. Bandai just got outdone pretty damn hard. Playmates Monsterverse 2019 King Ghidorah is going to get a solid star in terms of articulation and just what the hell. I wasn't expecting nearly half of what we got here. Not disgusting! Not the necks, not anything. I haven't seen a single review on this unless I've watched them in the past and I just forgot, but head, neck, ball joints at the neck, ball joints at the tail. What? That's fucking awesome. Size comparison.
All things considered, not a bad figure in the slightest. Yes, I know a lot of people were really hoping that this would be a bigger off figure that would kind of replace that of SH Monster Arts' King Ghidorah as an affordable side piece, but at the end of the day, he's a standard sized figure that, for as far as my knowledge goes, was never officially released in the US. I don't know, apparently this was exclusive to the UK of some sorts. I don't know who, I don't know what, I don't know why. But honestly, after making this video and, taking a closer look at him, I'd say it's worth looking for. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's worth $30, which I had to pay via Amazon, but, I mean, articulation where it's needed. Do wish the wings were articulated, but hey, articulated legs, tails, heads, I'm cool with it, fam. He's a nifty little release, and I say if you come across him for a price you're willing to pay, definitely pick him up.
Oh yeah, I forgot. A lot of King Ghidorah's, sharper bits are going to be a very rubbery vinyl. The necks will be a bit on the stiffer side, but they are very much not plastic. The legs will be nice and rubbery as well, as will these tails. Very rubbery, very jiggly, very malleable and such. You can twist them and turn them and boom, they're perfectly fine. Not something I was expecting, but I appreciate that, Playmates. So somehow Playmates ended up making the best articulated and affordable King Ghidorah 2019 figure that, why isn't this available in the US? I keep seeing that it's a UK exclusive to some extent. Why isn't this in the US, Playmates? What's going on there? I'm more than happy with this thing. I'm so glad I finally have it in the collection. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get, but I didn't feel like paying $80 to $60, $70, $80, $90 for this thing, which is what the asking prices on eBay were for a tiny little bit. I kind of forgot about this thing. But I'm glad it's here. I'm glad you've all come here to watch my review of it a year or so after it came out, maybe a couple months, I'm not sure. Be sure to check out my social media, Patreon, $1 a month, access to everything, including this review rather early. And when next we meet, it's better. But in it being better, it's also kind of worse. Peace.
Hey, yo, Adrian, take a look over there. Wouldn't that be a great place for the bag? I'll teach you how to work the bag, a good old 1, 2. Hey, yo.